this is surely the hardest video I'll ever make to this channel. Because if I'm being very honest right now, I was procrastinating on making this video because every time I started to even think of what I could put in this video, I started to get really nervous. And I don't really know if it was just nervousness or straight up anxiety, but I really don't want to end this year without mentioning him at least one last time. And I didn't plan this video to be my voice review video, but I will feel like the worst person on earth if I even dare to use robot voice for this video. And usually I talk really fast, but since this is a very hard video to make, I want to make less mistakes as possible. So I will talk kinda slow this video because I don't want to get any pronunciation wrong. Everything started in 2019. It has been an year since I became a K-pop fan, but in my first year, 2018, I was very close to my faves. I was never listening to anyone who was not BTS, Blackpink, Twice, and GOT7. But things started to change at the end of the same year because I started to listen to your friend. And it came to my knowledge that Shinbi, one of the members, had a really close friend that she had since childhood, and that this friend was also an idol. Yeah, that friend was Moonbin himself. And that was how I found out about Astro, and ever since they released All Night, I've been following them since that. And my bias were always Eunwoo and Moonbin, and that never changed. No one never entered nor left my bias list. It was always them two. And fun fact, one of my first edits were about them, like both of them. Unfortunately, I don't have the picture to show anymore, but that was how much I liked them at the time. I've then started to stand them, watch all their content, listen to their songs and all that. And there's one specific video from them that has a really soft spot in my heart. That is, I don't think they were in vacation, but it was like a summer vlog. I think they were filming something, like a photo shoot or something on a resort. But even though they were probably filming something, they were still having a lot of fun. There was like water guns and a pool, and it was just so cute and wholesome to see them having so much fun like that. So this video has really soft spot in my heart. So as years goes by, I continue on standing them and all that. So I remember the day that they announced their first to be unit, which is Moonbin and Sana. I was very happy to see that because Astro is very known for very classy stuff. Even though before they were known for cute stuff, after some point they were known for more like melancholic stuff. Not melancholic, but that type of vibe. So it was really nice to see them, at least two of them, on a sexy concept. And not gonna lie, I was kinda sad that it was not Eunwoo and Moonbin, but that was just me being biased. So they debuted and I really liked the song. And as years goes by, I continue on listening to every single thing they dropped. and some things I liked, some things I didn't like, and that's just normal. But one thing that always made me happy watching their videos is when every time Moonbin smiled. I love his smile very very much. Like every time it it didn't matter how hard he tried to be sexy and cool and badass. It always went downhill every time someone or something made him smile. His smile has a really strong hold on me. Like, it was always over to me every time he smiled. It's really hard to believe that I'll never see this smile ever again. It was just a normal morning for me. I was brushing my teeth like normally, and I remember my friend, who is also a Aroha and also Moonbin biased, she texted me saying that what happened, and I didn't believe her because she plays a lot of RPG, K-pop themed RPG, so I thought it was just a RPG thing. So I didn't take it really seriously because of course I don't want to think the worst. And then I go back to my room and she called me saying that she was not kidding at all and it was nothing related to her RPG. I did not know how to react. My body completely freezed out. Like, I remember going to Twitter, to Instagram, to everything, and there it was. It was actually true. I was just so shocked. I didn't express anything and didn't say anything for a lot of time. Just for out of nowhere, I completely breaked out. I started crying like I never did in years. I impulsively went to her home and I was very very sensitive at the time. Everything was making me cry. I remember going to the bus, listening to music to just distract, I think, and I remember crying over the phrase, "I will love you to Kingdom Come," Kingdom Come by Red Velvet. So I head out to her place and we got alone and started talking about what happened and how sunny that was. And just so you know, me and her, we know each other for over a decade, and that was like the second time she ever saw me crying, because I really really don't cry. We've met again on the very next day, and because she had to do some things and I was, there to join her. And we tried to ignore that just for that time, but it was basically impossible. Like, everything was so different and weird. Like, we were very very blue the whole day. And one thing I remember vividly, we were going to the mails, and on the bus I saw the video, the homage that Juhan and Mion did for him on M Countdown, and I almost cried right there. And it was very very hard to handle that. I have never really experienced loss with a human, only with my pets, because I have a lot of uncles and aunts that died before I even was born, or that died without even me knowing. And out of my 4 grandparents, only one of them, my father's mom, only her was like good to me and a good person in general. And she was the first one to go, and she passed when I was very young. I didn't even know what death was. I wasn't even understanding what was going on. So it's so crazy that my first feeling of loss with a human is with a K-pop idol that I don't know personally. He don't know me, and we don't know each other at all. And it's so crazy how like he had this effect on me, like we've been friends for years and years. Like I never thought that K-pop would ever make me cry. I thought I was only going to cry to, I don't know, twice as this band. But I never thought it would be something that serious. And it's so crazy because how wrong I was, because I've cried to some K-pop songs and I've cried when the same thing happened to Sully. So it's so crazy how K-pop had this much effect on us. But that's not the main topic of the video. I never thought that I would ever see one of my bias or any idol in general dying this soon. Because K-pop is like 30-40 years old. So even the first artists in this genre, they're not old enough to die yet. So it needs more and more years for us to actually see like the first artists under K-pop dying from age. So I never thought I would see one of my faves dying this soon. And to be honest, it still feels surreal to me. Like it really don't feel real. Sometimes I see him and I compliment him, I say how handsome he is, just to remember that he's not with us anymore. And it's so crazy to think that we will never see him ever again. So for this part in specific, I have actually wrote a letter to him. Like this video is scripted, but I have read the script and tried to freestyle it. But this one I'll actually read what I wrote. So I'm sorry for any parts I get a little confused. Moonbin, if you're somehow hearing this right now, I'm glad that you're now in a better place and not suffering what you were suffering here. I hope that you always know that you were always loved and you still are. It doesn't matter how many people have bad things to say about you. That was like 5% of everyone. You were always loved and very respected here, and I'm sure a lot of idols nowadays have you as their main role model. Maybe even your little sister, Moonswa. Please always take care of her. Always stay by her side. You know more than anyone how hard the idol life is. And speaking of idols, there's also your friends, Shinbi, Amji, and Seungkwan. I know you had a lot of more idol friends, but those are the only ones I remember now. I never actually hang out with you guys, but just looking at the videos and how you guys were interacting, I could see how genuine your friendship was. Like no one was faking there. And how much they liked your company and how much they liked being by your side. And you know Shinbi better than me, and both of us know how honest she is. She could never pretend to like someone, even if she tries. So her acting like that to you, it's a sign that she actually likes you. And both of us know, again, how honest she is, and she'll never be able to pretend. And now to your brothers, Astro. Looking at you guys throughout the years, it was really noticeable how much you guys liked each other. Like, it didn't feel fake at all. You guys worked together for a lot of years. I'm pretty sure you guys know each other better than your parents do. And I know that you guys were in a complicated situation as a group, but I'm pretty sure that was nothing related to any bad feelings that you guys had for each other. Thank you for blessing us with your existence, for blessing us with your amazing vocals, with your impeccable dancing skills, with your stage presence, but also thank you for blessing us with all your jokes, with your laughs, with your charisma, with your lovely aura, and especially with your pretty smile. And honestly, one of, if not the prettiest smile I have ever had the pleasure to see. I'll do anything to see you smiling one last time. I would also like to ask, please bless, help, and protect all your friends and family just like you ever did. And to not forget how loved you are. And you please don't worry too much about us, Arohas. It's been really hard, but it's very warming and it feels better to know that you're not suffering anymore and that you're now in a better place. And to Arohas, I know it's hard and it's okay to cry and all that, but as I said, remember that Moonbin is now on a better place and he's looking after us. And I'm pretty sure he will not want us to be down and blue forever. And I know that it's hard and that it's easier said than done, but we can do it. We are very strong and we can grow out of it. And please, please do not think that you're growing out of it means that you're like forgetting about him or disrespecting him. It's not this at all. You're just growing out of a phase of a really, really dark and bad phase to grow out and become stronger. Just because you're not crying anymore doesn't mean that you don't care about him anymore. Please don't think like that. And now back to Moonbin. Please rest in peace and thank you for absolutely everything. I promise you, you can always trust me that I will never forget about you. Like, you can always trust me, you always have a very special place in my heart. If everyone suddenly forgets about you, you can trust me that I will not be one of those people. And if no one remembers you, it means that I'm dead. So you can always trust me that you'll always be loved and remembered by me. So one last time, thank you, Moonbin.